What if you were being manipulated every day without even realizing it, and the most powerful persuaders aren't politicians or advertisers, but the people closest to you? You're constantly being influenced by those around you, from the news you watch to the social media you scroll through. The art of persuasion is a delicate dance, where the line between influence and manipulation is often blurred. You might think you're immune to such tactics, but the truth is, you're not. The psychology of persuasion is a complex web that can be both fascinating and terrifying. As you navigate through your daily life, understanding these dynamics can be your best defense against unwanted influence. By grasping how persuasion works, you can shield yourself from manipulation and make more informed decisions. So, let's dive into the dark psychology of persuasion that nobody talks about, and uncover the secrets that lie beneath the surface. According to Dr. Robert Cialdini, a renowned psychologist, reciprocity is one of the most potent forces in persuasion, where we feel compelled to return favors or kindness. This principle is rooted in human nature, making us more likely to oblige when we've received something first. A study by Cialdini in 1984 demonstrated that people are more willing to buy from someone who has given them a free sample. Think about it, when someone does you a favor, don't you feel an overwhelming urge to repay them? This is exactly what happens when you receive a free trial or a complimentary gift. Companies like Costco and Amazon Prime utilize this tactic, offering free trials to hook you into their services. For instance, a Harvard Business Review study found that customers who used a free trial were more likely to become paying customers. You can protect yourself from unwanted influence by being mindful of the favors or gifts you receive, and recognizing when someone is trying to manipulate you through reciprocity. Social proof is a persuasion technique where people follow the actions of others, assuming it's the right thing to do. This can be seen in customer reviews, testimonials, and social media influencers. However, this tactic can be exploited by manipulators to create a false sense of consensus. Consider the Fyre Festival debacle in 2017, where social media influencers and celebrities promoted a luxury music festival that turned out to be a disaster. The event's organizers used social proof to create a sense of FOMO, or fear of missing out, among potential attendees. This highlights the dangers of blindly following the crowd, as social proof can be fabricated or manipulated. You should be cautious when making decisions based on what others are doing, and instead, focus on verifying the information through multiple sources to avoid falling prey to social proof manipulation. People naturally look up to authority figures, such as experts, celebrities, or thought leaders, and are more likely to follow their advice or recommendations. This is rooted in our desire for guidance and trust in those who seem more knowledgeable or powerful. Think about the numerous celebrity endorsements you see in advertisements. Companies like Nike and Pepsi partner with influential figures to promote their products, leveraging the authority and trust associated with these celebrities. However, this can be misleading, as the endorsement might not be based on the celebrity's genuine opinion or expertise. You should be aware of the authorities in your life, and not blindly follow their advice without critically evaluating the information and considering alternative perspectives. Scarcity is a powerful persuasion technique that creates a sense of urgency by limiting the availability of a product, service, or opportunity. This tactic exploits our fear of missing out and triggers a desire to act quickly. Consider the limited-time offers and flash sales that flood your inbox. Companies like Amazon and Walmart use scarcity to create a sense of urgency, encouraging you to make impulse purchases. However, this tactic can be misleading, as the scarcity might be artificially created to manipulate you into buying. You can protect yourself from scarcity manipulation by taking a step back, assessing the situation, and asking yourself if the limited availability is genuine or just a marketing ploy. The anchoring effect is a cognitive bias where we rely too heavily on the first piece of information we receive, using it as a reference point for subsequent decisions. This can be exploited by manipulators to influence our perceptions and choices. Think about the pricing strategy used by restaurants and stores. They often place high-priced items next to lower-priced ones to make the latter seem more affordable by comparison. This is a classic example of the anchoring effect, where the initial price point serves as a reference, influencing your perception of the subsequent prices. You should be aware of the anchoring effect in your daily life, recognizing when someone is trying to influence your decisions by manipulating the initial information or reference points. The foot-in-the-door technique is a persuasion tactic where someone asks for a small favor or commitment, making it more likely for you to agree to a larger request later on. This exploits our desire for consistency and tendency to reciprocate. Consider the door-to-door salespeople who ask for a small donation or signature, only to follow up with a larger request. This technique is also used by charities and non-profit organizations, who might ask for a small contribution before requesting a larger donation. You can defend yourself against this tactic by being mindful of the initial requests and recognizing when someone is trying to gain a foothold for a larger ask. Emotional manipulation is a powerful persuasion technique that exploits our emotions, rather than our rational thinking. This can be achieved through storytelling, imagery, or music, which can create a strong emotional connection and influence our decisions. Think about the emotional appeals used in advertisements, such as the use of cute animals or heartwarming stories. Companies like Coca-Cola and McDonald's use emotional manipulation to create a positive association with their brands, making you more likely to choose their products. You should be aware of the emotional manipulation tactics used in marketing and social interactions, and learn to recognize when someone is trying to influence your emotions rather than your rational thinking. The dark psychology of persuasion is a complex and fascinating topic that can be both empowering and unsettling. By understanding these tactics, you can protect yourself from manipulation and make more informed decisions. Remember, the key to avoiding unwanted influence is to be aware of the persuasion techniques used around you, and to critically evaluate the information before making a decision. Thanks for watching the Mind Vault. If you want to learn more about the psychology of persuasion and how to protect yourself from manipulation, subscribe to our channel and comment below with your thoughts on the most effective persuasion tactic you've encountered. Don't forget to like and share this video with someone who needs to know about the dark psychology of persuasion.